Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of The Grandstand here on the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I am, as always, your host, AR the Ohio Patriot. And for today's episode, we're going to talk about how Ohio leftists continue to lie and gaslight literally fucking everybody about abortion and why everybody in the state of Ohio needs to vote no on this garbage-ass amendment come November 15th. Or wait, no, sorry. November 7th. Had my dates wrong because I was thinking about something else that has to do with November 15th. November 15th will be the day that they actually vote on Second Amendment sanctuary here in Ohio. So that'll be about a week after the election itself then. So yeah, November 7th, or even early voting right now. Vote no on this garbage-ass amendment known as Issue 1, because it's just garbage, dude. It's complete crap entirely. You know? And what's even more ridiculous is you have these people basically going out there. Mind you, these leftists, they're not fucking Bible people, dude. They're not actually religious people. They are demonic sacks of shit is what it is. But yet they'll sit there and find like random-ass Bible quotes from the Old Testament, the Hebrew Bible for that matter, that has a couple things about life and abortion and stuff like that is what it is, or fetus, or whatever it is there. And it's like, okay, so that's one interpretation of the Bible, dude. One. That's not every interpretation of the Bible. And of course you spend a bunch of time finding that one version to go out there and do stupid shit is what it is. So, anyway. But before we get to that, though, I do want to talk about this other one that we had here from a couple days ago, which was... Actually, I guess I'll do the Bible thing first here, and then I'll do the other things, what it'll be. Because it'll show just how fucking retarded these people really are is what it is here. So... yeah, grab up the... No, wait, sorry. I think this is the other one. Okay, yeah, here we go. Yeah, it was, quote, life begins at birth with the first breath, and then it was some other thing that was talking about fetuses are not persons. Some Exodus quote, fetuses should be aborted as proof of adultery, life is not sacred. And then this was 2K, this was the Hebrew stuff right here. Like Israelite king, ripped open, pregnant woman, God will kill unborn fetuses, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's a bunch of BS, dude. It's them trying to gaslight everyone to sit there and act as if they don't fucking, to actually give a shit and are actually religious or whatever the case be. They're not, dude. Like I said, they're demonic. They're demonic entities is what it is. But the other one was all the douchebags on the left who are fucking freaking out now. And, like this person here who wants to gaslight and lie their ass off is what it is. Claiming everyone on here seems to be voting yes, meaning Reddit there. So why are there so 35 vote no signs in my subdivision and 0 yes signs? Said disregarding the fact that the no voters are more inclined to be homicidal reactionaries. No, that's you leftist fucking cunts over there, bitch. And claims this is probably scares up a lot of support. I think it's important to remember that this win is far from guaranteed, because you're not going to win, you stupid fucking bitch. Said, I'd rather feel better if we were talking more and more about what happens if it fails. If it fails, nothing's going to change, dude. If it fails, you know what's going to happen? You'll actually have a fucking 6-week heartbeat ban in place in the state of Ohio, which has been outlawed by some fucking Obama fuck-knuckle judge for like a year and a half now. That's what will happen, you dumb bitches. You know what will also happen? Your dumbasses will probably realize Ohio is a pro-life state, and you can move your fucking retarded asses to Michigan, or New York, or California, or one of the other goddamn leftist hellhole pockets in this fucking country that support your fucking bullshit, dude. Fuck y'all. Leave. We don't want you here. We don't fucking need you in the state. Seriously. We don't need your fucking anti-life bullshit here. We don't want your fucking anti-life bullshit here. We're sick and fucking tired of you demonic fucking cunts in the state of Ohio. Period. You're not the fucking majority here. You never have been. You literally have to fucking make fake-ass polls out there of 500 to 1,000 people so you can then falsely claim 60-something% of people support abortion. It's like, no, they don't, dude. What it is you have about 300 people that have a 500-person poll that support your retarded bullshit is what it is. Same thing with the anti-gun crap. Because that's the thing. If the majority of the people that live in this state actually supported that crap, guess what? You would have a Democrat supermajority in the state of Ohio, state house, and state senate. But you don't have that in our General Assembly. What you have is you have Republican supermajorities, you assholes. But yet you want to sit there and claim gerrymandering, but yet never fucking admit that the only reason you asswipes even have 30-something fucking people in our General Assembly currently in the state house and like 7-something in our state senate right now is because y'all gerrymander like a motherfucker in every major city in this state right now. You literally have 8, 10, 12 fucking seats in Cleveland, Columbus, Cuyahoga County, Franklin County, Hamilton County, Cincinnati's at, in those major cities. You add extra fucking seats to guarantee yourselves more power. If we actually had one county, one rep, you dumb fucks would hold about 7 to 8 maximum in our state house. And that would just be the major city counties. Other than that, you wouldn't hold jack shit in this fucking state. You would be such a minority party here. You would actually see true majority parties because you would actually see libertarians. You would actually see other people on the ballot finally is what it is. We can overturn that stupid shit from Case's fucking era. And you would actually have a Republican, libertarian mix of the good people. Here's what it is then. They actually give a shit about human life. Your Ron Paul libertarians is what I'm talking about. Your internet libertarians like myself is what it is. So, yeah, there's a bunch of damn liars is what it is. And then going to the continued leftist circle jerk that is Reddit here for this thread here. You had the first comment say, because the people who vote yes are not going to advertise it because the people voting no are fucking crazy. No, that would be you psychotic ass leftists back in August when we had the other issue one and y'all were voting no on it. And the people who were voting yes on it, you literally fucking torched our signs and shit, bitches. And that's the thing. And then you hate us yourself and stuff like that one asshole who was like, oh, somebody burned my sign and stuff. Oh, yeah, it was yourself, dude. By the way, that fucking story went away almost immediately because it's shocker. When they found the footage of the guy burning his own fucking sign, it's like, oh, can't talk about that on the mainstream media anymore. And that's what it is, dude. They're a bunch of liars. They're a bunch of gaslighters and shit like that, man. It's just like down in, there was a thing in Bexley, Ohio the other day where it was some dude, people I guess were having an Israel flag outside their house is what it was. And some dude walked up, hit their Ring doorbell camera, and said a bunch of anti-Semitic shit at them is what it was. And it's like, how much you want to bet this guy is an actual Democrat voter that was saying this stuff? And it will actually also turn out that he may or may not have ties to our state house for one of the Democrat state reps then. I would not be surprised at least by it, man. I wouldn't be surprised at least this guy was actually some aide for one of these idiot Democrats in our state house right now. Because that's what it is, dude. The left is fucking nuts. The left is completely insane. And they'll sit there and gaslight and lie about everything to pander their own fucking base. In reality, there's a bunch of asswipes is what it is. I fucking hate these people so much, man. I really do. We just need to have the Civil War already and get this shit over with is what it is, man, for real. Then we had this person say, guy at the end of my block had a Biden sign torn down the next day. He put up a second sign, torn down and his car vandalized overnight. Put up a third sign in the camera, torn down, house vandalized, camera removed. He doesn't put up signs anymore. And then claim there aren't as many liberal signs up because the conservatives will damage your property for putting them up. No, that's you fucking lefties doing hate X on yourselves, dude. And I guarantee if that guy's stuff was torn or vandalized or whatever like that, dude, it was his own fucking party doing that shit. It was his own people doing that crap. It was probably Antifa for nothing else, honestly, dude. Doing that shit. Because if you remember, back after Biden, cheated to win there is what it was, you had them go out and start doing a bunch of terrorist shit there in Oregon. And like burning down Antifa literally fucking smashed up and burned down a Democrat headquarters, for God's sakes, man. So to sit there and claim it's right wingers doing that stuff, nah, bitch. It is your fucking far left modern day brown shirts doing that crap in many cases. Or like I said, you're hate hoaxing yourself at that point and being like, oh look, they fucking took my shit and burned my shit down. When in reality you're the one smashing yourself in the head with a fucking boot with your hand. Like that meme. Anyway. And then it basically just goes on to be a giant circle jerk here, just people circle jerking each other off about like, oh, right wing this, right wing that. This person said, I live in a neighborhood filled with conservatives, genuinely nice people. When politics aren't involved, neighbor put up a BLM and Biden sign. The entire neighborhood shuns them now and badmouths them. Well, maybe don't support fucking leftist terrorism, you dumb bitch, and it won't be a fucking issue. Because that's what BLM has proven to be multiple times now. The fact that you're actively on there 2 fucking days ago, by the way, is when this thread started there, is what it was. Advocating for BLM terrorism, a terrorist organization, by definition at this point, who has openly supported Hamas terrorism overseas with the attacks on Israel this past week or two now. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, read the room, Karen. You're a dumb cunt. Seriously. Fucking dumbass people, dude. And this moron continue to unspew their bullshit and claim there's a switch in conservative minds that turns them into mindless zealots when politics are brought up. No, maybe it's the fact that what you call politics are actually terrorist bullshit, lady. That's what it really is. BLM is not politics. BLM is a fucking terrorist organization who helped burn down every single city in this country 3 years ago and will do the same goddamn shit next year for the fucking presidential election, for God's sakes. What you call zealotry, bigotry, whatever the fuck you want to call it at that point, is people finally calling you out on your fucking terrorist bullshit, you fucking cunt. And that's why you're all big mad about it. Because you know that we're fucking telling you the truth. Your dumbass fucking brain can't handle is what it is. Because again, why do leftists do the circle jerks all over fucking Reddit there, dude? Because again, they have to be a hive mind of idiocy to actually have a functioning brain between about 100 of them is what it is there. Because they all have teeny little nuggets where a full brain should be. And it's not until after they leave the leftist cult that they actually start using full brain capacity again is what it is. Instead, they just go along to get along and be fucking NPCs is what it is there. So infuriating, man. I was going to talk about it here today as well, but I didn't get a chance to grab it, though. There was the newest Can't Stop the Progress video that I think is just on Odyssey now, because I think every time they do a YouTube thing, they get striked or whatever for various stuff. I was watching it on Odyssey, though, a little bit ago here, and there was a part in that, it was about 40-ish minutes in, give or take, where it was this woman who was being asked this question about if things are better off now, 4 years later, with Biden in charge than when Trump was in charge. And you want to talk about zealotry, you want to talk about, like, leftist insanity and, like, mind switching and stuff, dude? That woman is the perfect example of that shit, because she goes from, like, oh, this is a stupid question, to just complete psychotic lunatic in the time span of about 5 seconds, to where she's just shit-talking Trump, shit-talking Trump's economy is what it was, bullshitting that Biden can't fucking do anything wrong kind of crap is what it is, and it's like, why do we have a 19th Amendment again? Why do we have a 26th Amendment again? By default for these people? When they don't deserve it? When they don't deserve to have voting rights in this country at all? And it really is. It's that whole thing right there, dude. And it's just like, it's so fucking infuriating. And I'm just like, why? Why are we allowing this shit show to go on, man? Because this woman I'm talking about are the same fucking cunts on these subreddits right now, dude, who are pushing for abortion on demand from the moment of birth and beyond, who are pushing for child sterilization at any fucking age, who are pushing for mass genocide of Americans at this point, from birth all the way to puberty and even beyond. They are sick in the head. They are clearly demonically possessed at this point. And we are having a fucking holy war, dude, is what it is. We are involved in war between God and Satan right now. Where the people who are voting this shit down are on the side of God, on the side of Jesus Christ, on the side of the Holy Spirit, the archangels, etc. And the people who are voting yes on this upcoming issue 1 in November are Satan's demonic spawns, legitimately. And anybody that says that they're not is a fucking liar. Because only a demon would be okay with case-by-case basis for viability of children. There's no case-by-case basis where one kid is 8-9 months along and not, quote-unquote, not viable according to some OBGYN then. But yeah, you can have a kid who's 3-4 months along who is perfectly fine and able to be born alive. It's fucking insanity, dude. It is a fucking brain worm with these people. Honestly, it kind of reminds me of that movie, The Faculty, to some extent, where you just have somebody shooting shit into their fucking ears. And it's like some brain parasite thing that takes over their fucking entire thing, just turns them into some NPC talking head, basically, is what it is. Honestly, it would make sense, dude. Like, anymore, I swear, like, half the shit out of Hollywood, like, that should have been fiction, like, 20, 30 years ago, is actual fact right now. Like, it would start to make sense, honestly, if something like that was going on. Especially given the fact that movie The Faculty was set in a fictional town in Ohio, and I'm just like, dude, like, is it actually reality at this point? Maybe. You know, you never know. Although, to be fair, I feel like if it was that way, the creature in control then would actually be talking about pro-life stuff and not, you know, pro-abortion shit. Because the whole point of it would be is they want more people to be, you know, their drones and shit. So, I don't know, man. That is a good movie, though, by the way. If you haven't seen that in a while, it's a good movie. Obviously a horror flick back in the day. There is definitely some gory shit in that movie. I will say that. But it's a very good overall film, though. Probably the most disgusting scene in that entire movie, and something that always gets me, and I always have to kind of zip past is what it is the old lady teacher in the showers there, because it's just like, ugh, you know? Just like that whole scene is just like, nah, I'll pass. Thanks a lot. I want to say that was Eli Roth and company that did that shit, but I could be wrong about that one. It wouldn't surprise me if it was Eli Roth, because that dude has done some fucked up shit too, by the way, when it comes to like horror cinema and stuff like that. He was the one that did the movie Hostel, where you had them, you know, slicing out the chick's eyeball and shit like that. So, anyway, that's a fucked up movie too, by the way. And also it would make sense given how many people would disappear every year across this world is what it is. If that actually was a real thing where you had people just paying to like off people in some like backdoor setting is what it would be there or something. So I would not be surprised by it at all. You know, you give some crazy psychotic globalist enough money and they're going to want to do something crazy is what it is. You know, it's why they want to sit there and do their yearly Bilderberg meetings and talk about mass genociding all of us is what it is then. And they just use these dumbass leftist puppets as their little fucking, you know, infantry soldier people is what it is there. To push their ideology worldwide is what it is there. And then these same dumbasses don't realize that when they're being told, oh yeah, accept all these people as refugees and stuff like that, it's like, you realize that so-called child that's like 8, 10, 12 years old at this point, that you're claiming as a refugee, wants to kill you, right? And that's the thing. Like, that's one thing that they have shown in the last few weeks now is what it is, since the whole thing over there between Israel and Hamas and stuff, is you have kids in Palestine, you know, again, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years old, 12 years old, talking about becoming ISIS fighters and stuff, dude. And talking about basically jihad and fucking Israeli and people and stuff like that. And that's just because that's just because of who they're by. If they were by us, they'd do it to us too, man. You know, they hate Christians just as much as what it is. That's what I've said for years now. I think, honestly, given how long potentially a civil war that breaks into an actual revolutionary war would happen, you may, in fact, have an actual holy war in that whole thing then, where it would be Christianity, Judaism, Hinduism, etc. versus Islam. And it would have to be all of us coming together and combining our powers, Captain Planet style, to finally deal with the threat that is Islam once and for all. So, anyway, that's also, by the way, why all these Islamic countries over there, whether it be Saudi Arabia or Egypt or whatever the case be, refuse to take in these people from Gaza, because they know that they're not the same fucking Islamic people they are, is what it is. Because there's those weird different sects of Islam is what it is there, where it's like they think they're all up here in Saudi Arabia, etc. there, and the Gaza people are down here is what it is, and are just like these nutcase savages, what they call themselves is what it is there. So, and then you got all these dumbasses over here in America holding up dumbass signs about like queers for Palestine or fucking gays to free Palestine or some stupid shit like that. And it's like, yeah, you're just chickens for KFC, dude, for real. Like, that's all that is. It's nothing more than you holding up a sign and being a human chicken at that point, and holding up a sign that says chickens for KFC, because you'd be fried just like the fucking chickens would be then. Now I kind of want some fried chicken. Like all this talk about KFC, I kind of do want some chicken now. Is what it is. Getting a little hungry. Actually, I haven't eaten yet, so yeah, it would be some kind of breakfast time right now. But anyway, maybe sometime later or something. Maybe I'll do some chicken tonight for dinner or something. I got some in the freezer there. What I could do is it's like the fake Chick-fil-A that they got over there at Aldi's and stuff like that. I could do a couple of those things tonight or something, maybe. But anyway, the whole point I'm trying to make is these people are not smart, and they're just straight up liars when they can be. And that's the problem with censorship on Reddit and stuff like that, dude. You have no dissenting voices against these fucking people, or you call them out whenever you get a chance, or whatever the case be, and they'll just downvote you to oblivion is what it is there, to make sure your comments aren't seen. And that's the problem with trying to have fights with these people, man. Whether it be actual, debates or whatever the case be, or whether it be, internet fights, whatever we call it at that point, back and forth, comment wars, etc. there, is when they downvote you to nothingness, you're never going to be able to have an actual conversation with the people is what it is, because again, they are so indoctrinated with their leftist ideology, it's not worth even having a conversation with the people, dude. It's just, the only thing you can do at that point is outvote them. Make sure that their stupid bullshit never passes. Shouldn't even be on the ballot to begin with, for that matter. Again, it shows how fucking corrupt our ballot board is right now in the state of Ohio, and why they need to be investigated by the cops and feds and everything else like that, looked into for corruption and bribes and stuff like that then. Especially when they put that stupid bullshit citizen initiative crap with Maureen O'Connor's bitch ass behind it to get signature gathering now. And it's like, obviously somebody's taking bribes there, if not multiple people for that matter. But anyway, yeah, it's a bunch of shit entirely, dude. And enough is enough of this shit, honestly, man. Ohio is not a leftist state. It never will be. It never was. We were never really a bellwether state for that matter either. What you had small pockets of leftists in major cities that happen to have a bunch of people in them that all voted the same fucking demographic way. And so it shifted our fucking shit sometimes to where it was like a 50-50 split almost. But since then, you've had these psychotic leftist lunatics go so goddamn fucking far to the left and embrace the terrorism that is the Antifa, BLM, Hamas, etc., that people were like, no, fuck y'all, man. We're going to leave your dumbasses in droves and start voting centrist and right-wing and stuff like that at that point. And since then, you've had their numbers decline. And I guarantee you, if we actually had more than two parties in this state right now, like you'd stopped having two-party primaries, you had like all-party primaries and stuff like that, man, you would actually see the real makeup of Ohio right now. And I guarantee you, if you had communism as a party on the thing for people to vote for and stuff, dude, you would have a bunch of leftist college kids actually vote for that shit. You probably have at least 2 state reps out of the Democrat Party now become Communist Party. You would have a couple more become something else, and then you'd have a couple of leftists in there entirely is what it would be. And then you'd have like I said, like 20, 30, Republicans or whatever the case be in various places. And then you'd have a bunch of libertarians, etc., on other places there. Libertarian, Constitution Party, etc. there. So, but that's the problem. And that's exactly why the two-party system is bullshit entirely, because you have these people who want to maintain the status quo of left versus right mentality, when in reality, most of us aren't even that fucking voting block in either case. We are some kind of independent, we are some kind of third party is what it is. That wants to do our own thing, that wants to just be left the fuck alone is what it is, man. And this is the thing I've talked about many times on the show, I'll continue to talk about today, honestly. If you want to go do something with yourself, you know, you want to go sterilize yourself, you want to go get a hysterectomy, you want to go get a vasectomy, you want to go get fucking tubes tied, whatever the case be, go on ahead, man. That's your choice as a human adult. But to sit there and start claiming the whole my body, my choice fucking lie some more, when it is a second human in a woman's uterus, which, by the way, I want to point something out with issue 1, the abortion amendment here in November. They never, ever say woman in the fucking legislation. It's always person. Why is that? Because, shocker, the leftists are so fucking retarded that they want to sit there and be like, not all women are, or not all birthing people are women. So they love to put that stupid bullshit now, and then they want to sit there and claim that trans men can have fucking kids, and it's like, no. What you have is a biological female who is mentally fucked in the head, who has now chosen to live their life as a fucking guy, or as close to it at that point, but can still have an actual child. Because they still have a fucking uterus, you dumbasses. And that's what it is. By the way, when you look at those people, those are some of the most psychotic lunatics of all of them, dude. I was watching this video a couple weeks ago, actually, and it was one of these chicks who would become as close to a guy as she could be, claiming to be a trans man and stuff like that, and was talking about childbirth and stuff like that and having a kid, and was like, oh, it was one of the most joyous experiences of my life, and I was so glad to be able to do it as a man. And I'm just like, what the fuck kind of retarded shit are you talking about, you fucking nutty bitch? Again, dude, like, this is what happens when you defund mental institutions in this country for decades. You end up with psychotic lunatics like that, having kids, reproducing, when they should have been in a fucking insane asylum in a damn rubber room in a straitjacket someplace, literally talking to themselves for hours at a time, right in the fucking loony bin in some state. But that's the problem. We didn't lock these fucking nuts up decades ago is what it is. And so you have that, again, leftist mind virus coming out of nowhere and infecting more and more generations. And it's always college kids, by the way. You know, it's always the college kids that come see the worst, dude. And I can tell you that firsthand as someone who has a second cousin who now wants to consider herself a trans man. This chick went to college and is now living life as a dude. Had a double mastectomy and everything. And all I could think was, Jesus fucking Christ, honey. Because that's the truth, man. Even her parents were like, what the fuck happened? What the fuck happened to our daughter? So, although to be fair, when I first found out about this about a year ago, give or take now. Actually, it's a little bit longer than that now. It's about 15, 16 months now, probably. And, yeah, they looked about the same, honestly. Just with shorter hair now is what it was. And they were at their brother's reception there is what it was. Who actually is a man. And I swear to God, this kid, his friends there from up in the Cleveland area were 100% Antifa, dude. Or at least some Antifa adjacent ally people and stuff like that. So if I ever saw a bunch of group of people that were Antifa without masks on, I would just assume it was this group of people that were there that day. So anyway. But yeah, it's just sad, man. It's just sad what happens to our country is what it is. If nothing else, I guarantee people who are communists, they're probably part of the Communist Party here in Ohio is what it would be then. Which, by the way, the communists are also behind the yes vote on this issue 1 come November. Because why wouldn't they be? You know, their whole entire thing is to instill communism in this country. I was reading this article yesterday that was talking about 18 progressive policies that could help America out or whatever the case being. It's like, oh, you mean 18 ways to implement communism here in America? Yeah, go fuck yourself, leftists. Seriously. That's all progressivism is, dude. It's just a fucking slow form of communism is what it is there. That they keep trying to ramp up with every generation is what it is there. That's why you got dumbass fucking stupid cunt bartenders like Cortez in office now. Fucking Bernie Sanders protege, dipshit, moron, retard who loves Hamas, etc. there with the rest of her cunt squad. And then wants to sit there and act like, oh no, I'm totally not on that side. And it's like, yes, you are, bitch. We all fucking know you are. So, anyway. I don't know, though. It's just ridiculous, dude. I'm just sick and tired of all these leftists is really what it is. I wish I just had the money in like I wish I just hit the lottery the other day, honestly, because I would just put a bunch of money into a fund as like an anonymous donor thing or whatever it is, and just be like, okay, hey, all you leftists that, you know, love abortion and everything else like that, here's X amount of dollars. We're going to pay for your funds to get the fuck out of this state is what it is. Like, here's some moving expenses. Now leave. But you're only going to get the money as you're leaving the fucking state and never coming back. And you have to sign actual things is what it would be then, to where if you tried to break that thing and come back here, guess what? Now you're going to get your ass sued into the ground for that money is what it is then. So, anyway. Or just do it as like a slow drip is what it'll be then for them or something, where it's just like enough to like cover like a moving truck or whatever to begin with. And then like they would get like slow amounts like per month for like direct payments towards like a mortgage or something is what it would be then, and another state is what it would be then or something like that. Because the thing is, like I said, man, if they really wanted to, they could just move to Michigan or something like that. Or New York. Or hell, Colorado for that matter is another one of these states that has abortion on demand and moment of birth already. But they choose not to, is what it is. And why is that? Because they're a bunch of lazy fuckers who refuse to just get the hell out of here and go someplace else is what it is. Because they love the low cost of living that is Ohio right now, even though, you know, our cost of living is going up and stuff like that because of Bidenomics and shit. And inflation and everything else like that Democrats pushed in through. But that's the entire point, man. They know that we have a decent weather pattern in this state. They know that they're not going to be hurting for the most part, is what it would be. You know, again, even going back to that thread there, people are all like, oh, my conservative neighborhood. Yeah, because you're the only psychotic leftist that lives there is what it is, dude. Because you know for a fact that you love living in that cul-de-sac, or you love living in that fucking, you know, very right-wing neighborhood. Because you know they're not going to fuck you up is what it is during the middle of the night, or, you know, firebomb your house or whatever it's going to be there or whatever. But yet you fucking lunatic leftists will do that exact thing in riots and shit, dude. Hell, you pretty much did that in Minnesota back in 2020, where y'all were talking about literally walking to neighborhoods with fucking Molotovs and shit. And then you wondered why people armed up and stuff like that. Dude, you wonder why you had a mass run on gun ownership for the first time is what it was in this country, for first-time gun buyers there, during the lockdowns and the riots that came after them. It's like, it's not that hard to figure out, dude. It was a direct correlation to people's safety and wanting to be safe from you fucking leftist lunatics. So, anyway. But yeah, everything Democrats touch turns to shit, is what it is. Because they're a bunch of shitholders, what it is, man. They suck, they're scumbags, they're liars, they're gaslighters. They love infanticide. They love mass murder of the unborn. They love to sterilize kids. They're a bunch of child molesters in many cases. If they're not, they're enabling child molesters in this country. They're always pushing the progressive policy bullshit. They're always pushing the BLM terrorism and the fucking trans pride flag crap in schools. Or, no, I'm sorry, not trans pride flag. Pedo pride flag is what it actually is. Their stupid progress pride flag is what they call it. It's like a mix between gay and trans pride flags. But in reality, it's all pedo shit. Yeah, I'm just done, man. I really am. I'll tell you one thing. If I become governor of the state in 2026, if we actually make it to that point in time in history, oh, buddy, those people are going to rue the fucking day that I get into power, man. Because it's going to be the fucking hand coming together as a fist and becoming a fucking hammer down at that point. And this state will go so hardcore constitutional at that point. Their heads are going to spin off their fucking bodies at that point, dude, for real. It's going to whiplash them to the point where they snap their own necks. So, and they will never understand what constitutionalism really is until somebody actually puts it in front of their faces what it is at that point. And then maybe we can actually turn things around by having constitutional courses in all schools in this state then. And having actual trades in these schools and stuff like that too. And making a better future for the born at this point and the preborn and the unborn and stuff like that is what it'll be then. Making Ohio an actual state for families. Since it appears that the country of Poland has now fallen. Those that haven't heard about that one, you had a bunch of leftists commit a bunch of cheating over there in that election cycle now. And now you've had it go hard left and stuff like that with a bunch of fake wins over there. So, anyway, pretty much the WEF working on McForm bought a bunch of people off there to get them into power. And now you have these idiots that are trying to take control over there in Poland or talking about doing a bunch of refugee resettlement shit over there now. So what was once a great nation is now going to be completely gone now. What was once one of my family's home countries that a section of my family actually fled for their own safety pretty much a century ago now is now going to fall to the left again. And that's why I'll be goddamn if I let them take America from me, dude. Fuck that. So, anyway. I think this coming Friday, we're going to do a top 5 of different things. Or it might even be Buckshot Thursday. I'm not sure yet. I'm debating. It's going to be one of those 2 shows this week, though. I'm going to do a top 5 of different scenarios that I believe could lead directly to civil war in this country. And at least 3 of them involve mass illegal immigration into this nation. So, whether it be illegal immigration or quote-unquote refugee resettlement stuff is what it is then. Which would be nothing more than bringing in Islamic terrorism some more. So, anyway. But, yeah, other than that, that's where we're at for the day. I will be back probably, let's see, today's Monday. I might do an early show tomorrow before Honda's chat. I'm not sure yet. But if I don't do anything then, it would be probably sometime Wednesday. I'll do something. Maybe do some wrestling shit or something like that. Discuss some NXT and stuff like that. Is what it'll be then. So I've gotten really into that lately, actually. I was into AEW for a while, and then it went kind of full retard, and I need to catch up on that one of these days very soon, actually, because I haven't been able to catch up on those lately. And there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on there. But yeah, I've been pretty much week to week with NXT, and I tend to watch the recaps for Raw and stuff like that lately. So, but anyway, that being said, I'm about to, I think, just go to bed for a while. Get up later, do some stuff, and basically just work on the list I'm going to talk about on either Thursday or Friday this week, as it'll be for that top 5 ways we could potentially have civil war in this country, and the exact steps it will lead to is what it would be then. And also potentially from that would be the steps that lead towards a potential Second American Revolution as well, for that matter. So, which is to a lesser extent, obviously, but would still happen eventually, I believe. But yeah, I think it's a lot more likely right now that we would go into civil war based on a few things. Obviously, a couple of them would be, like I said, mass immigration, mass migration, mass illegal immigration, etc. There, economic migrants, all that stuff like that, fake refugees, all these people like that is what it would be. And then obviously, if you have the stuff that happened in Israel here, taking America into potential World War III and stuff like that, I believe one of the ones that definitely needs to be talked about is if they would institute a draft, how many people would actually say, no, fuck that, and it would be full-blown civil war in this country then, to stop a 18 to 20-something year old, like 18 to 25, whatever it is there, person draft, and people stopping their kids from being drafted into World War III is what it would be then. Because I could easily see many adults doing that right now. Just being like, nope, kid, here's an AR-15 or an AK-47 or whatever it is. It's time to go to war against the government then. So, anyway. I also look for a lot of cops, for that matter, to desert as well, on top of everything else. And for that same vein of things, if there was a lot of current military people, especially the young ones that just got in there, 18, 19, 20 years old, and stuff like that, if they were being told, oh, you're going to be, your basic infantry training or whatever the case be is now being canceled, you're being sent overseas and shit, I could see a fuck ton of those people going AWOL and taking their kids with them then. Maybe jacking a couple trucks is what it would be too, or some tanks and everything else like that then. Running to the armories and just grabbing whatever the fuck they could and just throwing the shit all in a tank is what it would be then, and just jumping in the tank and driving off with the motherfucker then or something. Or the same thing with some Humvee or whatever it is then. Have like a 4 or 5 person squadron, just grab a bunch of shit, toss it in there, and drive off to their houses would it be then. So, yeah, I would not be surprised in the least to see a lot of those people desert like that. And that's when you have civilians having military-grade equipment then. So, there is that. But anyway, not to mention the fact there's been talk for the last 2 or 3 years now about how you have supposedly cartels and other people working with various other countries to hide various military-grade stuff in stash houses that a lot of illegals go through. And you're talking about, from those reports, it would be stuff like full auto AKs, hand grenades, rocket launchers, etc. So, if somebody was able to find those things and stuff like that, or Americans are able to take that stuff from illegals or whatever the case be, like, that would be another thing, dude. A bunch of seized weapons caches, and it would be like, on our side, then that's what it would be then. So, anyway. And I feel like that's a lot of the shit that the fighting age males will use that are invading our country right now, and foreign nationals and stuff, being the foreign standing armies here. Sleeper cells, etc., that are already be activated and just waiting for that, code word or phrase or whatever it's going to be that they're going to be given to give the go-ahead then, and the green light to get to work then. So, anyway, scary times ahead, for sure. But just another reason to be heavily armed in this country as a civilian. And, of course, now you got fucking Winchester talking about how they're no longer going to produce civilian ammo anymore and make up 30% of the market currently, because I guess all their NATO rounds, 5.56, 9mm, etc., are going to be going overseas now and shit. And it's like, what the fuck, bro? Like, that is completely unconstitutional, you douchebags. Like, the whole point of you being a fucking ammo company is to give the civilian market a ability to be able to buy and stock up our own shit here is what it is. To protect our damn borders from illegals, etc. there. So, anyway, I don't know. It'll be very interesting times ahead, I'll tell you that right now. And I think there's going to be a lot of weird weaponry when it's all said and done in the coming wars. I think you're going to have a lot of battlefield pickups that we're going to have there, honestly. I need to get back to writing that book too, by the way. I've been writing a book about that actually thing. And it would be about various weapons being grabbed off the battlefield and stuff like that. And it would honestly be from the perspective of the gun itself is what it would be. It'd be kind of interesting then. So, but yeah, I started writing that a little bit here and there a year or two ago, and got a couple chapters written, then just kind of got distracted by other stuff is what it was there. So, need to get back and start writing that again then. But anyway, yeah, I think it'll be interesting times ahead for sure. I think you're going to have a lot of people realize very quickly that things are not what they used to be in this country. And there is a lot of scumbag, corrupt criminals in our government right now, especially that motherfucker Mike Rogers from Alabama, who is trying to do a uni-party fucking asshole speaker right now, instead of actually just backing Jim Jordan. Because these cunts want to put Hakeem Jeffries' fucking demonic ass in there. It's like, nah, fuck that, dude. I actually called out that bitch Mike Turner on Twitter last night. And called him out and been like, unless you want to be removed from office, motherfucker, in handcuffs for all the shit you've done criminal-wise, misdemeanor, felony, etc., you're going to back Jim Jordan or you're going to resign, bitch. And it's as simple as that, really. So, yeah, Mike Turner is one of these scumbags from Ohio, just like Warren Davidson, that need to have the Republican Party here needs to get off their fucking ass and stop supporting these cocksuckers as incumbents. Stop giving them a fucking dime and any money at all and back primary opponents for each one of these asswipes. So, anyway. Or wait, was it Warren Davidson? Dave Joyce, that's the guy I was thinking of now. Yeah, Dave Joyce, Mike Turner, etc., all need to be having their funds cut from the Republican Party of Ohio across the board and have every dollar of that go to a primary opponent is what it is right now for 2024. So, anyway. Because, yeah, these guys are scumbags, dude. They're rhino sacks of shit. They're fucking sellouts. They're lining their own pockets with insider trading, etc. They need to be in jail, not in the U.S. Congress right now. And it's as simple as that, really. And if investigations were actually open to these fuckers and we got rid of the goddamn insider trading shit for Congress, they would be in prison right now. So, anyway, other than that, that's where we're at for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you all on the next one. Have a good one. Stay safe. Always be carrying with one in the chamber. Always be carrying, period, because you never know what's going to happen at any given time. You know, you never know if there's going to be some Hamas terrorism here in the next day or two or week or two or whatever it's going to be. You know, for all we know, the Friday the 13th thing was just a hoax. And it was just a way for them to fearmonger people and, you know, have everybody's guard be let down a few days later for them to try some shit here now is what it would be then. So, anyway. But yeah, always be carrying, always be ready, always be prepared, always be on high alert, situational awareness. And if something happens, be the first responder, be able to protect yourself versus violent terrorism in this country, and stop a terrorist attack if you need to. It's as simple as that, really. End of story. Later, y'all. Have a good one.